yours for life. And tell your friend she's next in line.
Oh my god. Okay. It's me. I'm back. If he's currently watching YouTube shorts. She was playing Doom. I don't know what happened to that. But after about 57,000 tries to figure out this whole audio thing, got a little mic set. Turns out the audio's worse with that than just the iPhone. But nonetheless, we are here. And if you read the title, you know why. Someone's been bugging me. And someone's been bugging me bad. I'm trying to find my charger. Someone's been bugging me bad about a video because I promised him about 3 months ago when he helped my partner get a job with me that I would do a video on him because he is a deity that I work with. More like an infernal, but nonetheless. Now, this is content you may not see on my channel a whole lot because the deep, dark, spookier infernals that I work with usually aren't, not to be rude, but aren't that deep, dark, and spooky. At least not from the last time you've seen me. I believe the last time I actually uploaded, I was still here, I was working with them. But the last time I actually did a video that wasn't just like deconstructing my flowers, that vlog little thing, I was only working with Stolas and Cthulhu, and now Cthulhu is a big bad. Cthulhu is very scary. However, Cthulhu is kind of just like a menace for me. Like that's just kind of the side that he shows. My glasses are fogging up, that's lovely. I apologize, I also sound like shit, it's because I'm sick. But we did the makeup, and I'm here because we need to talk about the new Infernal. So, to start off, this is his sigil. If you can guess who it is, leave a comment below. If you can't guess, well, he is the 4th crowned prince of hell. He answers to Lucifer, who I also work with, and is my wife's patron, not matron, patron, I believe is the term. That is my wife's very devoted deity, is Lucifer, and mine answers to him, but he is a big bad. Mine is very scary. Although the things I'm going to say probably aren't very big, bad, and scary because, well, he's not big, bad, and scary towards me. He's big, bad, scary towards everybody else. But, that being said, the new Infernal that I've started working with over the past 6-ish months, I want to say. It started February, March-ish. Prior to March, actually. So, like, February-ish. So I've only been working with him for like 4 or 5 months, actually. But it is Prince Leviathan. He is the 4th crown prince of hell. He works under Lucifer, and he is very terrifying. A lot of the people online will be like, oh, false god, blah blah, try and trick you, blah blah. You know how that kind of stuff goes. But here in the actual world of witchcraft, we all know that what you read doesn't always line up with what you get. Okay. So I'm here to share my experience with him and what I've learned so far. And that being said, he is also bugging me about a strawberry limeade that I got. So he's always listening. Well, with that being said, a few of the things that I've learned with him is when I went into working with Leviathan, I had a lot of stuff to work through, and now, like, that's just me. I always do. But one of his biggest things is he's a lot. I'm getting yelled at by him. I wouldn't say he's like Hecate, but they both share the similarity of shadow work. And he is very creativity forward. He's very journaling forward. He's very just all about the creativity, but you also have to face the things that you don't want to face. So I have been doing journaling to work through the things that I don't want to face. But by doing so, obviously you feel better, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the entire point of the thing. And that's essentially what he really does, is he works with you through the things that you don't necessarily want to work through, but you have to work through. He's also majorly boosted my witchcraft abilities, which I'm very thankful for. But as I've said, let's go into a little bit of the attributes and things that are used to honor him and describe him. So, as I have said, he is the 4th crown prince of hell. He serves under Lucifer and Lilith as well, I believe. I assume so because they're together. Yeah, from what I'm hearing, yeah. So he serves under them. He has his own little, like, domain. He is referred to as the serpent of the void, and is often seen as a gigantic snake or dragon. I wish I had my notebook for all of the information, because I did do a detailed planner on this, but then I lost the notebook, which is amazing. So he's kind of just making me wing this, but either way. But as I was saying, he is very scary, very big bad. He has a very, I want to say, a very judged background. Like, a lot of people, especially from like Christianity lore, are like, oh my god, he's gonna harm you, he's gonna blah blah blah. Like, everything that I have found online about him has been like, don't work with him, don't do it, he's evil, he's mean, blah, you know, he's gonna trick you, fool you, blah blah. No. Now this could just be the depiction that I got, because as you know, there are many forms of one deity, like between multiple pantheons and everything else. He's just kind of chill. Like, he could be very scary, like very scary. When I started meditation, which is also something that I got into with him again, because that's how I perceived him best, was through meditation. That's how I could see him, how I could feel him, how I could work with him, things like that, how I could speak to him. Well, the day that I started that, my wife reached over and was trying to tap me out of it, but I was so deeply into it, she couldn't even put her hand on me before he snapped at her and was like, yeah, no, you're not interrupting this. So that was the thing. But he is very heavy on shadow work, very heavy on self-care, just working on yourself, building yourself up. He is very heavy on that kind of thing. He wants to see you succeed. I'm sorry if you see the little blue dot. That's my ring light, which is clip-on. I'm trying. But he very much wants to see you succeed. He very much wants just the empowerment. He likes helping. For me, he's like the teacher in the back of the class just watching. And he's going to give you one hint, and you're either going to figure it out or you're going to learn from it. And if I need help from him, I call. He's almost always nearby. Almost always. I think there's only been one situation where he wasn't nearby, and that's purely because he was busy in the afterlife. Busy on other planes doing other things. But we had a entity situation where something got into the house and then tried following me to take my partner, or to pick my partner up from work, and they were following my car. And he didn't like that, and he handled it, and it was very scary for those who can see the creatures on the other side. Yeah, it was kind of like a horror movie. All I heard was just keep driving. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep driving. Okay, you do what you gotta do, teacher, Mr. Man. But working with him has been amazing. I have a lot of respect for him. I know you hear me joking, saying Mr. Man, teacher, stuff like that. It's just because I've been working with him for a few months and I've gotten comfortable with him, and he honestly doesn't mind. If he does, like, beforehand I was calling him Lord Leviathan. Not a fan of that. I didn't realize why that sounded wrong until I realized that he's a prince, not a lord, and then, yeah, that was worked out. I still mess up once or twice, but he tells me about it. But, speaking of which, when I started working with him, I wanted clarification that, you know, he was here, blah, blah, all that. And me and my partner were coming home from work, and it was just on the brink of a storm. Like, it was prior to a storm. And I've noticed a lot of times it doesn't start raining until after I get into the house, almost like he's holding off the rain before I'm in the clear, which is really nice. And one particular night, we were just sitting in the car. We came home from work, we were sitting in the car, and I looked up at the sky, and it was all stormy and dark and cloudy, and I was like, try something. So I was like, Prince Leviathan, it would be really cool if you could make it lightning. And bam, right there, off in the distance, I see a jolt of light, and I'm like, maybe I'm going crazy, you know, maybe I didn't see what I saw. So I looked at my partner, and then I asked again. I was like, Leviathan, can you do that again, just for clarification? And I'm staring dead at the sky, and it does it again. Not even 2 seconds after, it does it again. I'm like, thank you so much. I was like, if you want me to put water, which is one of his offerings, in his little glass dish when I get into the house, can you make it do it again? And before I could even finish speaking, it did it again. And that was a really, really big clarification moment for me, where it was like, okay, you're here, you're listening. That is the clearest amount of sign that I have ever gotten, and it was crazy. Some of his offerings, not all of which I have done, but I plan to do once money is not tight, but unfortunately that's just the economy we live in. I have a glass for him, which I have to clean out, but this is his glass. It's very cute and pretty. It almost reminds me of sea glass. And I got his oil, which has a nice little pentacle on it, and his sigil, and it has seashells and stuff in it. I got that online, and when I tell you, I put that on and I felt the surge in my veins. And I talked to my partner, who's more into like the astrological side of stuff, whereas I'm more the physical side. I was like, what's going on? And she looks at me and she goes, he's boosting your abilities. And then the next few weeks, as I adjusted, I was seeing spirits everywhere, which was fun. But I also have a hexagonal glass dish, not glass, but like porcelain dish with his candle on top, which, don't worry, I'm always fire safety, all that. He gets roses. I believe they're purple roses and some yellows, which, you know, all the research I've done has been like, oh, he's not very colorful, blah, blah, it's usually just blues. There's an exception usually, because it reminds him of like the coral reefs and the colorful corals. But his candle is a very nice, tall, purple candle. And he absolutely loves that candle. I'm colorblind, so when I got it, I thought it was blue. He kind of laughed at me for that. Yeah, he's learned the hard way that having a devotee that is colorblind is a trip. But I was doing my makeup for this video, and I messed up one of the wings, and he was actually talking me through how to fix it, because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to redo the whole eye, and he was like, no, and I could feel his energy, and he was talking me through it and everything, so I fixed that, which was very nice. He's always been the teacher, kind of, stand in the back of the class, as I said, watch, and you'll learn as you go, that kind of one. Very big on self-empowerment, very big on standing on your own and getting stronger because of it. Most of his offerings are ocean-based, shocker. He likes bronze and copper. He likes silver, seawater, beach sand, all of that stuff, seashells, anything from the beach, really. But what really surprised me was he likes pieces made by you. Creativity. He is a very creative deity. He likes paintings, letters, notes, drawings, even food. I googled what kind of food he would like. Now obviously most of it is sea-based, but honestly the majority of it just said whatever you cook for yourself. Because he just wants whatever you have. And that's not like a, oh, give me, no, that's like a, you made the thing, I want some. Because he likes helping, he likes the energy, he likes all of it. So anything that you make, he's also very big into tarot. I don't have his tarot deck, I think it's on my shelf, but I have a really nice tarot deck for him that he claimed the instant I got it. My wife's other deity that she works with, because she only works with 2 so far, she's been working with deities longer than me, but she doesn't really work with deities. She doesn't have altars or makes pacts or does any of that, really. But she's working with King Belial. Belial and Leviathan do not get along. Leviathan rolls the roost, and Belial knows that. And when the the tarot deck came out, and Belial was like, oh, I want that, and Leviathan was like, no, bitch, step off. And safe to say, Belial did not win that. My ring light just turned off. That's lovely. Safe to say, Belial did not win that. That is Leviathan's deck. So yeah. For me, he comes through as almost a weighted blanket type of energy. A lot of people say that he's very cold, but for me, it's just a comfort, like, hey, I'm here. Sit and stolus kind of thing, or soulless. He kind of just sits there and watches, and he'll talk if you talk to him, that kind of thing. He updates me if I ever miss something or I'm not noticing something, like, somebody at my job, I work with the elderly, was about at their point of the end of their life, and I hadn't noticed that they probably weren't gonna make it the next day. But I was heading home for the day, and he kind of nudged me a little and was like, hey, it's their time, the Reapers are swarming, just be prepared, because it takes a toll on me too. And I was like, okay, thanks for the heads up. So he often reminds me on things that I don't exactly see all the time or realize, but he's always there. He's always just around, and I connected with him insanely quickly. Dad, aka Hades, has always been in the background as well. I can feel him now because he's like, oh, she's talking about me. I've had to do a little bit of Peacekeeper for him and Leviathan, because it's like, that's my kid, and Leviathan's like, I'm just working with her, you know. But it's been good. It's been real good, and I'm happy working with the deities that I work with. I've learned a lot, and I hope to continue to make videos for y'all. I am currently sick, which is lovely. Something's going around, I don't know what, but I went to the doctor and blah 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 blah, I'm on meds, so we're good. I just wanted to come out and make a little video and finally get this video done so somebody can stop bitching in my ear every 5 seconds, because to be fair, it was long overdue. I will admit that. So With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. It's good to see y'all, my little witches. Have an amazing day, and I'll be sure to post more. Be sure to check my channel for further videos. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Turn on the bell, blah, blah, blah. Have a witchy day. See you guys around.